Y'all ready for another catch up? Get ready with me while we recap everything Raw and Smackdown. Y'all, we got a long list of stuff to talk about, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Just for those wondering, I am using one of my favorite palettes of all time, the Colored Rain Safari palette, because this palette is just absolutely stunning. I love it. 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 We're going to start off with Miss Rhea Ripley. As you know, she was on NXT recently, and unfortunately, Miss Ripley did not know rule number one of going to NXT, and that is stay out of the parking lot as much as possible. She will be out for an indefinite amount of time, which is honestly so sad because personally, I love Rhea, and I hate to say it, but I don't know if the women's division can stand to not have her there. There, I said it. She's one of the few big stars that Raw has. And unfortunately, one of the only big women stars that Raw has outside of like Bianca and Jade. Like, yes, Liv is a star in her own right, but there's not many women who are up there on the level that Bianca, Rhea are. Becky's not there. Charlotte's not there. We're losing too many stars. We need to get them back. So I don't know which one of them got to hang it up and lace the boots back up, but hop to it. I'm so sorry. Vacation's over. It seems that this should be a really good chance to build Liv as she's about to enter a program with Io Sky, who is probably one of the best women on the WWE roster currently. Now, this is the part that I make some of y'all upset because I didn't want Io to win the Battle Royal. I'm so sorry. And it's nothing against Io. I love Io. She is an amazing wrestler. We could have picked somebody else. If you remember, right before Becky left, she was kind of mentoring Lyra of sorts. So I was really looking forward to a program where Lyra actually got a chance at the championship. I'm not saying she's going to win. I just think that the two of them could have put on an amazing feud. I just kind of really wanted to see somebody else have a shot. But Io's going to put on an amazing match. She always do. I'm still stuck on her and Bianca's match from earlier this year. So I said earlier this year, like that one just a couple of weeks ago. Lord bless me. Now, since I've already mentioned my two favorite girls, Bianca and Jade won their match at Crown Jewel, and they are still your women's tag team champions. Great job. Great job. I will say kudos to every single woman that was in that tag title match. I thought it was absolutely amazing. It made Lash and Jakara especially look so good and so strong. Like those two women will be a problem in the future, and I can't wait to see what they do when they are actually on the main roster. The only reason personally that I was against them winning this time is because look, I'm sorry. The only good thing that the women have going outside of the championship on the main roster are those titles. The matches that NXT women put on are levels above the matches and the feuds that we're getting on the main roster. And it's not just because those women are better, because the main roster, you would assume the main roster women are. It's because they are not being booked correctly on the main roster. And until we get that fixed, I'm sorry, I cannot let Lash and Jakara take those tag titles, because then what would my main roster girls do? What would they have? Okay, like I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. However, it's seeming like Liv and Raquel are going to enter into the women's tag division. And to that I say, for what? We didn't have anybody else. Obviously, as a Bianca and Jade fan, I am very against them losing those titles to anyone. With Naomi showing up, I'm wondering if this is the beginning of the plan for the women's Survivor Series match. I know a lot of us were kind of hoping that that would go to the NXT girls since they've been putting on a banger of a showdown there, but maybe not. I am very curious to see who would actually even be in it. It doesn't make sense for Nia to come to Raw and help Liv and Raquel, even though Naomi is there to help Bianca and Jade. But who else would be on Liv and Raquel's team to do a Survivor Series match against Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. I don't know. I'm very interested. Saying that Bianca and Jade was gonna fly Naomi out for Raw to be there was just kind of things that make you go. And so I'm very genuinely curious to see where we go with this, because I don't know. I genuinely don't know where this goes. But while we're here really quick, can we talk about that Bianca and Jade face off at Crown Jewel? I'm not ready for the breakup. I told y'all I don't want them to break up till Mania. But when I tell you that feud will feed nations, it will feed families, it's going to be so good seeing them stand across from each other, be nail at each other. Because those girls were ready to go. You love to see it. You love to see it. I don't really like the way this is going so far. But I liked it the last time I did it. So we're going to finish it and see what happens. Speaking of tag teams, the New Day will be celebrating their 10th anniversary on this upcoming Raw, and they still haven't broken up. So we know what that means, right? Now, here's my question. Are they actually going to break up? Or do we just think Big E will come out and make them see the rights and what they've been doing wrong and fix their relationship? After their loss to the Viking Raiders this past week, I'm just genuinely curious to see where we go from here with them. And will Big E's return just be a one-off to celebrate the anniversary, or will he be back full time? I'm very hopeful that it is not a retirement announcement, but if that is what's best for him, his body, his health and wellness, then I'll be sad again all over, and then I'll get over it because we have to move on. And E will have an amazing job on commentary or something. Speaking of the War Raiders, they are now the number one contenders for the tag team title belts that we hardly ever see. Yes, if you're wondering, yes, I'm going to come at Finn and JD for holding those tag titles hostage every single chance I get. Yes, immediately, yes. I do think the countdown has started for them, though. Like, even with the help of the Judgment Day, I just don't know if Finn and JD will be able to retain those titles. We shall see, though. We'll see. Which, speaking of the Judgment Day, I have to give props to Dominic Mysterio for his match. His time in that Fatal 4-Way for the number one contenders match, he played it smart, but Dom actually did quite well. Is why I keep saying I would really, really love to see Dom standing on his own, doing things by himself, because the man can do it. He's fine. Let him go. He'll be all right. That match did bring us a not so big shock in Bronson Reed coming out. He did shockingly lose his match against Seth at Crown Jewel. And of course, Seth was in the match. Who didn't expect him to show up to remind Seth that their business isn't done? The problem comes in at that he also made enemies of Sheamus and Damian Priest. And Bronson, I don't know now. Damian Priest is now the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. I cheer. I did cheer. I'm very interested to see if this will be a match at Survivor Series or somewhere else, because they didn't mention when Damian would have his match, just that he would have a match for the title. Now, y'all know I am a big fan of Damian Priest, but I am also a realist. So, no, I do not think he is going to take the title off of Gunther. But man, I would love it. It would actually make me quite happy if he did, because I didn't get to enjoy his first title run 100% because I wasn't as big of a Damian Priest fan as I am now. Like, I don't think it was bad, and I was very happy to see him successfully cash in. I just wasn't a very big Damian Priest girl at that point. Now that I am, we got to run it back. We have to run it back. I'm gonna need it. But that also begs the question of, is Finn done with Damian? Will Finn even let that man have a title match without trying to interfere? Because Lord knows Finn is more worried about Damian than he is worried about his own title. You know, you would think that Finn would actually use that to brag about, to, hold that over Damian's head. Like, I still have the Judgment Day. I have a title. And what do you have? You have nothing. But no, not at all. Like I said, I fully expect Finn to get involved in Damian's match, but I'm also very curious to see if Damian will do the same thing. Like, will Damian interfere when Finn and JD take on the War Raiders? If their match happens after Finn interferes in Damian's business? I don't know. A part of me also just wants Finn to go solo because I miss the demon. I miss the demon. I know it was supposed to be for special occasions, but like, bring that man back. Bring that man back for like 2 seconds. Let me holler at him. But while we're on the topic of champions, where's Braun? Where's Braun Breaker? And it could be me. I could have just missed him, after the whole New Day Jay Braun thing and Braun sadly taking the title away from my guy. I could just have not paid attention and missed him. But what are we doing? Who's his number one contender? Do we have one? Can we get him one? Also, can someone please get eyes on Michael? Like, where is the Miz? And what have the Wyatt Six done with him? I need to know because I love Miz. I'm sorry. That man is an amazing heel. And so, yeah, I need somebody to find him. Please and thank you. Karrion Kross, you're up. You want me to be a fan? This is how you get me. Find Miz. Bring him back safely. Thank you. Let's switch gears and jump right on over to SmackDown, which now involves Sami and Jay. Now, I will be very honest. While I love Sami, I did not want Sami back in this story. And it's because a lot of people try to downplay the actual OG bloodline, which is Roman, Jay, and Jimmy. And then they say, like, oh, well, Sami will make it funny. This isn't supposed to be funny. It's not funny. This is serious business. This is family business. So I was with Jay when he said Sami was not family. Jay has obviously changed his mind. And that's okay, because whatever my tribal chief says, Roman Reigns, obviously, I'm with. But if my tribal chief could just go ahead and say he's sorry to Jay, I would really appreciate it. I'm kind of over it, dog. Like, bro, just apologize. Just say I'm sorry. It's not that hard. I promise you it won't hurt that bad. I really thought we were getting it this past Saturday, and that man hit the biggest swerve on us and was like, that's not what I'm doing. Also, is it just me or is something up with Jimmy? Jimmy is just, I don't know. There's just this weird energy I'm getting from Jimmy. And I'm very interested to see what Jimmy does in this story. Like, I feel like everybody is overlooking and underestimating Jimmy Uso. Like, that man is plotting. There is no doubt in my mind that that man is plotting and he has plans. And I just would like to see what they are. Here's the thing that has actually shocked me the most as of late. Y'all hear that? I'm out of primer. Oh no. Can y'all believe I'm starting to like Tiffany? Can you believe that I am starting to be Team Tiffany? What the fuck is that? What is that? I'm not okay with this. I am not okay with this. But now I am starting to be like, dang, Tiff, just cash in on Nia. Just go ahead and cash in. Go ahead. Do it. On Nia. Do it. And every time she keeps not doing it, and it's quite disappointing. I'm very hopeful, hopefully soon, but not during Naomi and Nia's match. One of my biggest fears is that they're going to let Naomi win the championship just so that Tiffany can cash in on her. And that's going to upset me. Like, yeah, I do want Tiff to go ahead and cash in. I would really like to move on from the Nia situation, but not if Naomi's going to have to take the pin for it. I'm tired of seeing Naomi take the pin for everybody. I'm over it. No. Nia can get pinned. Nia can lose her title. Do not put Naomi in that. I mean it. I mean it. I do think a lot of the WWE universe is sleeping on Naomi still. Don't ask me how, but like still, y'all act like that girl can't go. And she has proven time and time again that she can. Give Naomi her props. I'm really sick of y'all. I'm tired, okay? Tired. I also have to ask, what exactly is next for Andrade, Carmelo, and LA Knight? We've had game 7 in the series. LA Knight has retained his title against them both. What next? I wouldn't have been mad at Mr. Flair. I can't keep calling him that. Andrade. I wouldn't have been mad at either Andrade or Carmelo winning the title, honestly, because they have put on some amazing matches these last few months. So I'm just very interested to see. Unfortunately for LA Knight, I feel like he has been an extra in his own championship feuds. I'm so sorry to that man, but Andrade and Carmelo have been absolutely killing it, and they have had my focus the whole time. Now, personally, I'm Team Big Jim for U.S. title. Now, I'm Team give Jimmy the U.S. championship. And now a lot of you are like, wait, why? Because Jimmy needs it. Jimmy needs something to help him become a star. And don't give me that, oh, well, maybe we don't want him. Because for the last few months since April, we have all been counting down to where Jimmy is. Jimmy got one of the best returns this year. It's time to even the score so that Jimmy is on the same level as Roman and Jay. He needs it. So, yeah, Jimmy for U.S. champion. I'm so sorry to everybody else, but Big Jim needs that title. Thank you. It was also announced that the Street Profits are the #1 contenders for the tag titles that are being held by Motor City Machine Gun. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm really interested to see what happens here. The Street Profits, I'm so sorry. Look, I'm so sorry to Motor City Machine Guns, but like, the Street Profits actually need this title. What are we going to do if the Street Profits lose yet another chance at those titles? Like, I know a lot of us don't really want to see them break up, but like, what else? What else are they supposed to do? I I think they are also both absolutely amazing wrestlers, and they would both be fine on their own. I absolutely love them together. I really don't want to break them up, but if we're not going to give them the goal, and if we're not going to keep them in entertaining feuds, we cannot just use them to put on amazing matches. Like, it's like they come out just for that, oh my God, this match is great pop. It's like we're at this point, we're just using them to elevate the match a little bit, but we're not doing anything with them. And I'm not okay with that. And don't get me wrong, I understand, Motor City Machine Guns just got here. It is not their fault at all. If anything, I hate that they got these titles so quickly because I need them off of them. Like, I'm really ready to see Tez and Dawkins get another chance with them. I just think at this point, it's time that we either put up or shut up with them, because it's starting to get to the point where people are questioning if the Street Profits will be there much longer. Like, Tez is obviously frustrated with his booking, or with their booking rather, because supposedly Tez has said that he does not want them to split. He wants to stay together. So that just leaves us with the, what do we do? What are we going to do to keep the Street Profits not only relevant, but not boring? Because, yeah, they put on amazing matches, but at this point, every time they walk into the match, I've just started to be like, who cares? They're going to lose again. And it's the Street Profits. I shouldn't feel like that. That should never be the case, And I don't know, guys. I don't know what we do to fix them. Like, I don't know. Now, the very last thing I want to touch on is the trio of Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes, which is so sad to see a family breakup. So sad. But I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. I for sure thought we were going to see a lengthy feud between Randy and Kevin, and it was announced this weekend that as of last night, Randy is officially out of action. He has an injury to his neck again, and it'll be an indefinite amount of time for when he'll be out. We don't know how long it's going to take him to heal and come back, or if he'll come back. Now, originally, when Randy went off, I thought that this was just going to be one of those injuries that he popped right back up for. Like, oh yeah, Randy's hurt. Next week he's here. No, that is not the case. No, unfortunately, Randy is gone, which it really breaks my heart because I love Randy. Randy has been one of my favorites for years and years and years. And so it's always sad for me to see him leaving. And especially with the way his injuries have been going as of late, I don't know if he's coming back. But so that leaves us with Cody and Kevin. Do we expect them to run back their feud again? And well, do we expect them to run it to where they have an actual feud this time? Because finally, Cody was giving KO a chance at the title just because he was his friend. You know, I don't know if that's necessarily nepotism, but I'm gonna use the word anyway, nepotism at its finest, because you know, you got it because your friend got it. What else? Hey, I love Kevin. No shade, no shade. But now that Kevin has taken out Randy, horribly taken out Randy at that, I definitely see this being the feud that I have been asking for Cody, and I'm very excited. Like, I'm full on expecting this to be one of those violent, beating the hell out of each other every time you turn around type feuds, and that just makes me so happy, because that's what I've been wanting from Cody's reign. I just needed one good, deep, hateful almost feud, and Kevin Owens is going to give me that. I'm very interested to see just how bad this feud gets. Like, can y'all tell I'm very excited for the bloodshed? Now, I have said before that I wanted to see Brandy back involved with the feud, and nothing has changed. If I can't get Brandy to take a RKO, babes, I'm going to need for you to take a stunner. And I mean that so respectfully. So respectfully, I need you to take a stunner. Please do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. Brandy, we love you. We need it. Please and thank you. All right, y'all. I'm not sure if I like my makeup or not, but this is going to be the final look. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not, honestly. I did not do as good of a job as I did originally with these eyes, but you know, things happen. If you're wondering why you did not hear me touch on the women's US title that was just announced on SmackDown, it is because it has its own separate video. I'll make sure to link it down below where you can go check out me talking about that title and who I think should be the first person to hold it. But other than that, bye. See y'all next time.